I'm Bonnie Filonato, and I'm director of Warner Brothers Corporate Archive. This is an incredible facility that houses and protects and preserves over 250,000 of Warner Brothers' most precious assets, both TV and film. And right now, you find us in the Batcave. The Batcave is an awesome little room where we have all of our Batman cowls. I would say we have well over 50 Bat cowls here. And through the years, a lot of these assets have deteriorated. We here at Warner Brothers Corporate Archive protect and we preserve these assets, but what we don't do is restore. So when it came to restoring the Batman suits and the cowls, we knew exactly who to go to.
My name is Jose Fernandez. I'm the owner and lead sculptor at Ironhead Studio. My job here is to kind of oversee the aesthetic, everything comes in and out of the building. I started this company a little over 12 years ago. Our main bread and butter is superhero costumes. My history with Batman started way back in the Batman Returns, where I was hired in-house as a general sculptor, and the opportunity came up to sculpt Catwoman. And then being in the studio, they had a revision on Batman as well, the cowl. So I ended up redoing that as well for Keaton. They hired me again to do the Val Kilmer suit, head to toe, so I sculpted that one. And then I did the Clooney suit, and then was brought back to do the Ben Affleck suit. So that's 4 films I've been involved in as far as Batman goes. For this particular project, we're restoring Batman '89, the first appearance of Keaton in the suit, and also we're doing returns. The original suits were mostly foam latex or latex, and light is its worst enemy. Over time, just more light has gotten to it, and it just dries it out. It's like on an old car, when you get an old car and the seats are just crumbling under you. It's kind of the same thing. The foam latex is just deteriorating, going back into dust. This process of putting these things together, restoring these. A friend of mine had a Keaton body cast and he loaned it to me so we could scan it, so we can start. The foundation of this whole thing is his body. And there's a lot of people that are huge fans of this, and I can also reach out to that whole world and kind of pull from them. That a lot of times they know so many details, even sometimes more than I do. Okay, so in here we have 2 of the suits that are being restored currently. This one is from Returns. This is probably one of the better examples of the suit that exists. There's a little bit of deterioration here that we will fix, kind of patch that up. And over here we have Batman '89, getting the edges, which seem to be taking the most abuse, just edges on this one. Again, this is the best example that exists as well. Here we have some of the original shoes from Batman '89. The originals, the soles deteriorated and also this cover deteriorated. There was a little more to it before we took them apart, but we scanned them first so we had all the data, and then reproduced these so they will eventually go back onto the shoe like that. So the scanning process, there's a lot of different ways to do it. For this particular project, we used a hand scanner, and we just kind of wave it over the artifact. It takes a few minutes to capture all that data, and then it takes several hours to process that data. Then we can go in the computer and start rebuilding those parts that are missing. And then we reproduce those pieces as accurately as we can. And also in this case, what we're doing, which I think is a really kind of a great novel approach, is we're taking the original pieces that have now turned to powder and putting those into the material that we're casting them into. So essentially you'll have the DNA of the original, kind of an archival approach.
Where do you keep the remains of the old Bat cows?
We have 2 urns currently with the 2 films. As far as my team goes, there's quite a few people that are touching the suits. Probably a dozen people in different areas, from 3D department where they're scanning, modeling. There's mold makers. There will be painters involved. There's also people that are doing the gluing down and repairing of the outer suits. I'm doing anything that has to be sculpted and orchestrating the entire thing. As far as working on something iconic as Batman, it means a lot to me because it's part of my history. Having worked on 4 of these films, it's a big chunk of my life has been spent on these. And also just the idea of Batman, it's bigger than any individual. And being, I think it's the 80th years, is a big deal. And it's a huge honor and a responsibility, and I take it very seriously to do that for the next generation that can see these characters, still live. Here's the final outcome. Can't wait for you guys to see it at Comic-Con San Diego.